Welcome back to this channel, Analyze with Ade Ayo. Alright, so in today's particular video we are going to analyze some games together. So this particular app, we are going to use it to generate our corner predictions. So I made a video on it earlier today on the other channel, Ade Ayo Pro Tips. So in this video, all of us are going to do the analysis together. Alright, so the first thing that I'll be doing now is to be selecting the over 10.5 options. So if you haven't watched the tutorial on how to make use of this particular strategy, I'm going to drop the full tutorial for this particular corner strategy in the video description. So these are the criteria that we are going to select to generate our games, and we are able to generate the first game. If you haven't watched the video on how to generate your own games too, go and watch it. Check the video description, you are going to find the full tutorial videos there. Alright, so we're able to generate just one game for today, and what we are going to do is to check the things that we always check inside each of these particular games. After generating each predictions, we always check the total goal scored. It must be over 2.5, but this time around we are having 72% for over 1.5 and 46% for over 2.5. So first, this does not meet up. This particular game did not meet up with the what we usually consider, because we are having 46% for the game to end up as over 2.5. But checking the over 7.5 corner, we can see this is 90%. But let's assume that we want to adapt with our policy, our strategy of using this particular betting app to predict corners. I would try to avoid this particular game. Alright, so now we have just one game for today, but let's say we want to extend it for tomorrow, or let's say we want to go for under corner for today. So we are going to follow the same steps. We are going to select under 7.5 and under 8.5. I'm going to increase the total numbers of games that we want for today to 20 games, and the percentage of possible outcomes, that is the probability interval, to be around 50% to 100. So we are generating the game also, and let's see what we have for today for corners. Alright, so we are able to generate 3 games for under 8.5 corners. So when it comes to using this particular strategy for the under corner, it's not only strategy, this particular app. So we select under 8.5, 50% probability interval from 50 to 100. Now these are the 3 games, and we are going to check the games one by one. And so another thing that we can also look into is the color of the predictions. For example, we have this one minus 8.5, which shows green light with 1.59 odd. It shows that this particular game is extremely perfect for under 8.5. But for me, I don't want to be predicting most of these particular games as under 8.5, rather under 10.5. So far you are able to get 10% out, 70% for the under 10.5, then you are good to go. So for this particular game also, we have under 10.5 at 72%, but this particular game is a cup game, but let us just use it like that. So for this particular game also, I think I checked it earlier. This particular game I checked it earlier, but this system is just showing the percentage for the under 10.5, but with 50% that we have for the under 8.5, the game should be having maybe under 10.5 at 70% also. So we are going to check each of these particular games one by one. Let us check the odd that the bookies will be allocating to their under 10.5. So we are going to check starting from the Ecuador game. Alright, so let us check this particular game. So we are doing the analysis together. So after the total analysis and evaluation of this particular betting app, so you guys can drop your own opinion or what you observe from this particular prediction. Drop it in the comment section. Alright, so for the under 10.5, we have 1.12 odd. I'm very sure this particular corner market may not be available on most of bet platform, because most of these particular leagues that we are predicting under 10.5 corners on, they are mostly all these leagues that are not very popular like that. So the next one that we are going to look into should be under the Venezuela. So this Venezuela, I think that is their cup. So this particular game, so we are checking the corner, the total corner for it also. Okay, so we have the under 10.5 corner for this particular game at odd of 1.22 odd. 1.22 odd. And in total, we're able to get 1.37 odd. This is not really big. And for the last game, which happens to be under the Tunisia League 1, I checked this particular game earlier today. The bookies are only providing under 8.5 for this particular game. So, and I won't advise you guys to go for under 8.5 because the odds may seems to be big, but I've tested this particular strategy and I know that it is not every time. Though the game can end up as under 8.5, but it is not every time that the game always end up exactly the way we have it. So most times under 10.5 happens to be the best thing to go for when it comes to predicting under 10 point under corners in this particular using this particular betting app. So let us extend our predictions to tomorrow games. So we are going to look into games that we have as total corners as over and probably check the unders too. So for tomorrow we have just one game for the under corner. Alright, so for the total corners, we have 75% for the game to end up as under 10.5, which meet up with the percentage that we are looking into for predicting under 10.5 corners. Alright, so let's check the game also and let's see what we have there. Alright, so Kazakhstan Premier League, Astana, we have the game already, but the bookies are not providing the corner market. Alright, so we are avoiding this particular game. Let us check the over corner. Let us check the over corner. So 50% to 100. Alright, so we have just two games for tomorrow games, missing up with this particular criteria. So we are going to check individually. And don't forget, in the video I made about the corner prediction using this particular betting app, I said the first thing that you need to look into is the total numbers of goals, the percentage. It must be around over 2, and when it comes to checking the corner, you must have at least 80%. But if you want to be strict with your predictions, just go for 90%. So if you don't have 90%, you can avoid it, but now we have 80%, and let's say this happens to be a moderate safe prediction. So going for the over 7.5 with 87%, to me it is a safe. It is not safe but moderate safe. It is not that extremely safe but moderate safe. So we are going to look into just one out of these particular games, and that is the one that has the percentage of over 2.5 goals and also 80% of corners. So if you haven't watched the video on how to predict corners using this particular betting app, I already pasted the tutorial video in the video description. Alright, so let's check the corner market for this particular game and let's see what we have there. Let's see the total numbers of the odd allocation for the over 7.5 corners. Alright, so we have 1.2 odd for this particular game as over 7.5, and you can also go for over 6.5, but the odd seems to be very, very small. So we are going for over 7.5. And the next game, alright, so we have the next game here. We can go for these two. Alright, for over 7.5 corners. Over 7.5. So we have it at total of 1.2 odd for this particular game also. So Alright, now we have 4 games in total and we are able to accumulate 1.97 odd with it. Alright, so if you guys are following this particular video from the beginning to the end and you observe anything in it, just kindly drop your own opinion in the comment section, and don't forget to watch the full tutorial video in the video description. See you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like our video, and drop your comments in case if you have any question. Join our Telegram platform in case if you want our daily tips. See you guys. Bye bye.